something new on the YouTube channel for you guys today. We're going to tie up a fly. This is a root beer flash Perdigon. It's been picking up a lot of fish for me lately. Let's get one in the vise and spin it up. Alright, start off. We got a fulling mill jig 4 short in the size 18. We got that paired up with the 2.8 millimeter slotted tungsten pale pink bead from Tactical Fly Fisher. For the thread, we're going to start off with the UTC 70 denier in the color brown olive. Start the thread behind the bead. I usually like to take mine to about the hook point. That's where I like to start my tails in. And for the tails on this fly, it's going to be caught de Leon. And this is from a whiting tailing pack. I want to strip away about 5 to 6 fibers for this guy. For the tail, I like to keep it about the length of the body of the fly. Now we'll take that back to about where the barb would be. And right here, we're going to tie in our wire. For wire, we're using UTC in the size brassy. The color is brown. First, we could go ahead and cut these fibers about right behind the bead here. Okay, now we could attach our wire in. Once we get that tied in, now we're going to add our flash. This is root beer flash in the size mid. I got this from the local fly shop here, Los Pinos. So we're going to go ahead and tie that in now. I got about 3 fibers of that, 3 strands. We'll tie that in with our wire on the back of the shank. Now we'll take that up all the way up to the bead now. Make sure that wire stays where I want it to stay, inside my slot of my bead there. And now we're going to build a little taper. Start with the little thread dam here. Nice flat touching wraps. Okay, once you get the taper where you like it, go ahead and grab that root beer flash pearl, and in touching wraps, let's wrap that all the way to the bead of the fly. Now we'll take the excess and remove that. Now we're going to take that brown wire and rib the fly. I usually like to get about 4 good ribs, as long as they're nice and even. We'll tie that off behind the bead. A couple more twists in front, a couple more in back. Now I'm just going to helicopter the wire free. Right here, I usually just whip finish 2 or 3 whip finishes on my brown olive thread. And for the hot spot on this fly, I like to go with fluorescent fire orange and UTC 70 denier for the hot spot on this. So we're going to create a little thorax slash hot spot right here. That wire covered up right there. Kind of like that. Twist that to lay it flat. Now we'll give it some whip finishes just to finish everything up here. Like that. As you can see, we got a nice taper from top to bottom. Now we're going to come in with Solarez bone dry UV resin for the body of this fly to hold everything nice and tight. Start off with a nice little thin layer of this. I like to make sure I get some in that slot of the bead, so that way when I put the wing case on there. It has something to go into and not straight into the hole of the bead. So once we get that coated, we'll hit it with our UV light. Get that resin cured up. And for the wing case on this fly, we're going to go with Solar Res in the color white. Just going to add a drop of this onto my bodkin just so it's a little bit easier to work with. Now we'll come in. And add our wing case to this guy. Once we get that looking how we like it, we'll hit that with the UV light. Get that cured up. Usually on the colored resins, I give them a few extra seconds just so the UV could penetrate. And now we come in with another layer of Solar Res Bone Dry. Just get that nice and coated up. Make sure we coat that wing case. Now we'll go ahead and zap that with our UV light. Boom. Hope you guys like it. Tie a few up. Like I said, this is a root beer flash Perdigon. I've been picking up a lot of fish here in my local waters in New Mexico with this guy. Stay tuned for more videos like this to come. I'm going to bring y'all more time videos. Show you guys what I got, what I could do. Appreciate y'all following along. Peace.